Rockstar hates you, and they probably have been for quite a while. So if you didn't know, Rockstar has way more games than just GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, I'm looking at you. They have quite a lot. Now, Rockstar Games was not actually Rockstar at first. They were first called DMA Design, founded in 1998. I wasn't even born back then. That was the time when games looked like this. They look pretty shit, don't they? So on the serious note, before DMA Studios even existed in 1997, Grand Theft Auto was released.
Good shot, kid. I think you got him. Good shot, kid. I think you got him.
A game-breaking title for the time and emphasis on time. This game in modern standards sucks. Not really. I have pretty vivid memories playing the game back in the day, but all I remember is that it was pretty clunky. So the game hit big and became a big success, ending up that the devs ultimately created DMA Design. DMA Design, with their big hit on their first game, then made their next, Grand Theft Auto 2. Where DMA didn't even publish it, Rockstar Games did. DMA was actually acquired by Take-Two Interactive and ultimately rebranded to Rockstar Games, who you know as today, or Rockstar North to be more specific. Now, GTA 2 is not much different from GTA 1. All that's different is there is better graphics, new music of course, as with every GTA game. The city is a little bit different and the mission structures are pretty more complex than the original. But GTA 2 is just GTA 1, but it just looks better and handles a little bit better, if you understand what I mean. So, Rockstar Games in 2001 ultimately made their third game, Grand Theft Auto 3. This game broke the entire gaming industry and made new ground for future gaming titles. GTA 3 went fully 3D and introduced a massive map based in Liberty City. Check this out.
Sorry, babe. I'm an ambitious girl.
And that's just the intro. It also introduced the mute boy, who we know as Claude. Rockstar introduced a whole lot of new features and made Grand Theft Auto as we know it as today. And they made a pretty ton of money. I mean, a ton of money. This game racked up 50 million sales. Now, Max Payne was released in 2001 as well, which is some of the dopest shit I have seen in a long time. Bullet Time in 2001? Like, that's literally before GTA 5. But the game is pretty cool. You start the game as Max Payne, you do things and then the game ends. And something about his family being killed. I don't really know a ton of it, but I was a little lazy to research everything. So in the year 2002, Rockstar wanted to release a DLC for Grand Theft Auto 3. But this DLC rather became its own game called Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Now this game is some people's favorite game in the 3D franchise. Now disclaimer, there are a lot of games I glossed over thus far, like the Austin Power games, Smuggler's Run, and Oni. What the fuck is an Oni? A ghost or what? Well, it's apparently this. So Vice City was set in, guess what? Vice City, a knockoff of Miami, but a pretty nice knockoff. Not my favorite though. That award goes to a later entry. So the main character is Tommy Vercetti. The game is based off of the movie Scarface. Never watched it though, but this game was good, so it must have been good. Right? Well, so you play as Tommy Vercetti and try to rack up a lot of money and make a pretty big gang and empire. Not much a gang, but a pretty big empire. So we fast forward a year and Max Payne 2 gets released. The world blows up about this game. Rockstar has improved over everything over the first game. I honestly never played this game, but it looks fun, and for that reason I don't know a lot about it, unfortunately. So unfortunately I can't give the Max Payne franchise all the love it actually deserves. And because I'm kinda lazy to do all that research, so for more of that, you should watch this video. So on to the next one. So about 1 month later, wait, 1 month? Honestly, they've been doing this the whole time. I definitely didn't skip a lot of games to just talk about the most popular ones. So Manhunt gets released. Yes, that Manhunt. One of Rockstar Games' most controversial, due to it being overly violent and cruel, having some of the most brutal kills in gaming history. I mean, they definitely weren't shy and not afraid to experiment. You play as the man named James Earl Cash, a former penitentiary inmate on death row. Pretty ominous. So on the night of his execution, get this, some motherfucker called the director sedated our moralist James and has him play some game show where if he wants to be free, he has to kill thugs, occultists, gangs and a paramilitary group.
Hell, you chewed him up like a pro.
Yes, this shit is crazy. But I mean, it's kind of cool. And spoilers, at the end he dies. So May of 2004, Red Dead Revolver gets released. I'm pretty sure the company behind this, before Rockstar really took it in, made primarily car games. So why did they release a western shooter? It was the first entry to one of Rockstar's biggest future franchises. So you play as a bounty hunter, Red Harlow, who wants to kill people for the murder of his parents. But it actually has a pretty linear and shorter game, unlike future entries of this series. So this is a level-based game, unlike other games from Rockstar, which are more mission-based and open world. Now it wasn't actually Rockstar itself which released it. The company was just taken over by Rockstar and renamed to Rockstar San Diego, where they got the rights to make future titles. It's Grand Theft Auto Advance. Wait, I'm not even gonna touch that. Sorry. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now there's a good game. See, GT AA batteries, you dumb fuck. So released in October of 2004. The same as this. On the same day. It hit up a storm. Lots of new and exciting features such as skills on weapons, skills on cars, and even sex appeal skills. Surprising everyone with a massive map, set in guess what? San Andreas, a knockoff. San Andreas had a diverse amount of places to explore, namely a city, a countryside, a town, and a Catalina. Yes, that ass of a bitch who point blanked our boy Claude.
Sorry, babe. I'm an ambitious girl.
We actually even see him in the game with Catalina in a race. Good old Tommy was supposed to show up as well, but there was a bit of a problem with the actor. Unlike with Claude, I'm going to pay full respects to our boy Claude's voice actor. God bless his soul. There was also that good old controversy with that hot coffee mode, where moms got GTA San Andreas to have an even higher age rating for a feature which wasn't even in the game, only in the game files. Come on, kids wanted to play the shit out of this. You open the game from being thrown out of a car to being forced to ride the bike to your hood. And if you don't ride that damn bike, you receive the biggest punishment in gaming history, a faster vehicle. You're then forced into another mission, forced to ride another bike. Why the hell did people like this damn game? In sincerity, it is a really good game, with an amazing story, and playing it after many years, a great game. Except those fucking plane training missions. My favorite game from the 3D franchise, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, taking place before GTA 3 and set in Liberty City. Tony Cipriani, this guy from GTA 3 comes back from vacation after killing a made man in an opposing gang. So in GTA 3, he was pretty fat, but now he's looking pretty nice, and he's also one of my favorite GTA characters. So go fuck yourself. He rides a bus, meets good old Salvatore or Salvatore in GTA 3, and meets this dunce called Vincenzo. This snake takes you to your house and forces Tony to drive him to his damn office. This guy is such an asshole. He gets pleasured by a hooker while being on the phone with his mom. His mom.
Sure, Mama. I'll call you later. Yeah.
Genzo.
Yeah, of course. Oh, of course. I'm being a good boy. Love you. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, sweetheart. Give it a rest now. Here, now get out of here. A little trumpeter for you. Hey, who loves you, Angel?
You do, Vinny.
Is that your mother on the phone?
Sure.
You're disgusting. Where's your respect?
Respect? I call it multitasking, Antonio.
I was 9, by the way, when I played this game for the first time, alongside God of War on my PSP. Definitely kid-friendly games. Now I play the shit out of this game, and I probably have more hours than Dark Viper AU has on GTA 5. And believe me, that's a lot. And this game is very good. Now I will be able to talk about this game all day, but we gotta move this video. So, speed round. Bully, published October of 2006. You follow the life of a kid called Jimmy Hopkins. Jimmy Hopkins, a new student for Bulworth Academy, a boarding school in England. Let me guess, this Rockstar part is called Rockstar England or London. But no! Rockstar Vancouver! Canada? What the hell, Rockstar? What is this naming scheme? He is a troubled student who does bad things, and that's why it's called Bully. Pretty peak game. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, following the story of Victor Vance before he dies in Vice City. Motherfucker! Why did he have to die, Rockstar? He was literally one of the most innocent characters. that has ever been in a GTA game before. But we follow his story where he goes to the military, does sketchy jobs for a sketchy asshole, and ultimately gets kicked out, where he at the end makes the biggest empire out of illegal activities. Where at the end of his empire, it gets stolen by Tommy, that fucking bitch. Manhunt 2. Remember the controversies on the first game. Now put that on steroids and feed it a game Manta Shrimp. And that is what you get. A banned game in most countries. Due to overly excessive violence, this game was so controversial, it is almost a global law to arrest anyone who possesses a copy of it. Just know the kill scenes were 10 times as brutal and contained 10 times the amount of controversial actions from the previous game. Your main protagonist is Daniel Lamb, a mental patient with amnesia. He wants to find out who the fuck he is by killing some sons of bitches. I don't know why, and I don't even think I want to know why. So, 1 year later, Rockstar Games releases their new GTA title, and the first game to be set in the HD universe. Grand Theft Auto 4. Honestly, my favorite game right after Liberty City Stories. I'm sorry, nothing can beat this. We follow the story of an immigrant called Nico Bellic, who came to America in the belief that his cousin was rich and actually had money, but rather finds out his cousin bullshitted him and actually has a struggling cab company. This game featured fun new things, like the best physics system in gaming history. I mean, I had a really fun time playing with this fucking physics system. It featured the best story in a GTA game thus far, and bowling. Now people were very impressed with this game and couldn't believe how well this game was made, especially after the controversial Manhunt 2. The game featured some of the best mission designs in the Grand Theft Auto series, some of the most memorable and favorite characters in gaming. The game hit so big, it even received 2 DLCs. The Lost and Damned DLC, which featured the biker Johnny Klebitz,
Fucking shit! Cunt! 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 Who the fuck are you speaking to?
who tries to save his motorcycle club from the Death Angels, the opposing biker gang. It mainly focuses on riding motorbikes and shooting assholes in the face. And the second DLC, called The Ballad of Gay Tony, where you play as Luis Fernando Lopez, a club guard. The story of this DLC continues right after GTA 4's, spoilers, Bank of Liberty heist. This DLC is kinda peak and features new activities like clubs and even dancing, something I was never really good at. GTA Chinatown was also received in this time as a PSP GTA game, where you follow the story of Wang Li, a spoiled, wealthy member of a Chinese crime syndicate, who arrives in Liberty City after his father's assassination and tries to find the bitch who killed his father. But he was actually supposed to give a sword to his uncle, who was supposed to be the next crime boss. So while he's supposed to take that sword to his uncle, he rides on a plane, and as soon as he gets off, he gets shot in the head. His dead body gets kidnapped and dropped in the ocean. Really gets shitted over on his first visit. He then hitchhikes to his uncle's noodle shop after stealing someone's car, and then the drug dealing starts. So the main focus, like I said, is the sword called Yujian. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yujian. So he kills his uncle. By the way, the sword was won in a card game by his father. Pretty weird, ain't it? Red Dead Redemption. The game Rockstar wasn't actually supposed to make, but decided to say screw it and made it anyways. This game is kind of one of my favorite games of all times. You follow the story of a former bandit, John Marston, who is forced by the police to murder his former gang members. This gang was so big back in the day for killing and robbing banks. John has retired off of this lifestyle and rather became a rancher with his wife and child, and his uncle, who isn't his real uncle. That is just his name. At the end he dies due to backstabbery from the police, as all the members from the gang had to be killed, even him. The game also received a pretty cool DLC based on a zombie outbreak. It featured some cool new horses, such as a fire horse, a zombie variant, and even a gosh darn unicorn. Why? Well, it was kinda broken on the Xbox 360 version, the first version, as after headshotting too many of the zombies, showing off how great you are at the game, you would actually get punished and get a bug where the zombies would be headless and could soft lock the game, where you literally couldn't progress as the kills for zombies wouldn't count, where you literally experienced situations where you're supposed to kill a certain amount of zombies, but their deaths wouldn't count because they're bugged. I experienced this, and honestly, it ruined it for me. But it is still good. If it just weren't for that damn bug, I would be able to complete that gosh darn game. I still haven't completed it to this day. Now you understand why I'm pissed, as it was really good. Max Payne 3, released in May of 2012. I never played it and don't really know much about it, like I said. But it looks cool, so what the heck. Go and play it for yourself, or like I said in the second game, go watch this video. It's pretty good. Gonna leave a link in the description. Grand Theft Auto 5, released in September 2013. It featured 3 playable characters. You can play as, namely, Franklin Clinton, Michael DeSanta, and Trevor Phillips. The story opens up in the small town of North Yankton, where 3 members of a heist performs a heist to steal money, and it takes place 10 years before the actual story starts, so quite cool. The heist ends up going bad, and Brad gets shot, and Michael stands in the open waiting to also get shot. He ultimately gets shot and everybody thinks he's dead, and the game begins. You are then introduced to good old Franklin Clinton, but before that, you're introduced to Michael, who, guess what? He didn't die. He's still well alive, and he is just going to therapy. So Franklin Clinton and his good old homie Lamar have to repossess 2 cars. They ultimately have a street race. They get spotted by the cops, lose them, and then drop off the vehicles at their boss. Then you type in cheats, rampage through the city, spreading absolute mayhem. This game was, as every GTA game, highly anticipated and garnered a lot of attention. I mean, this game is still to this day one of the most sold games in history, and it still gets played a lot. It also features an online mode, where finally we can start talking about why Rockstar hates you and made me. Talking about why Rockstar hates you and me. Here we will start to see the era where Rockstar starts to care more about money than actual content quality. GTA Online started off fine. At the start, it was a pretty fun world where you and your friends can just fuck around in Los Santos. Then the updates started coming in. It started off fine at first, introducing things like heists and street races. But after time, one saw a lot less quality updates, and the company only saw ways to pocket off of people, making new content much more expensive than it has to be. Like, for fuck's sake, why is a gun worth more than $500,000? What the fuck, Rockstar? They introduced shark cards, microtransaction cards that allow you to purchase in-game money to spend on items and upgrades in the game without having you to grind for money through playing missions, heists, and doing normal activities. This is why they hate us, but love our money. They don't give a shit about you, they only give a shit about how deep your pockets are. If you don't want to spend money, good God, are you gonna grind for that one fucking nice car you want, which is horrendously overpriced for some gosh darn reason? Now the drama doesn't just end there. Oh shit, Red Dead Redemption 2. Honestly, this isn't something bad about the game. I love this game. It's really good, but the online version was literally abandoned. It existed back in the day, but guess what? They stopped updating the online game for the older, more successful title, GTA Online. There were people who actually liked playing it, but there isn't a reason for people to play it anymore. There might be some small updates coming out now and then, where you might experience something for maybe like 30 minutes, and then it's just done. You don't have anything else to do. I don't even want to talk about what a failure the Trilogy edition was, but it has to be highlighted that it was a massive train wreck at launch. Can get the original free games. The original games of GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas has to be gotten through illegal means, like piracy. And that is where our story is gonna end. Rockstar, till this day, doesn't release any more updates to Red Dead 2, and the updates for GTA Online is still lackluster. And there has been a couple of improvements to the Trilogy edition. All fans can do now is wait for GTA 6, which who knows when the hell this game is gonna come out, but all we can do is hope that it finally does, and that is quite sad to me. So thank you everybody for watching this video. It took quite a while to make, especially writing this script and editing. So please like and subscribe for future videos, and click here to watch another one of my videos. Bye bye.